We have great news to offer, especially if you're a veteran, a senior person, or someone with a disability. The government is moving to assist people just like you by providing $33,000 in payments. Yes, you did hear correctly. $33,000 will be sent to you if you qualify for benefits, such as VA benefits, Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. Let's break it down now so you understand precisely what's going on. These payments are significant because they're intended to provide you with additional financial support. Perhaps you've been finding it difficult to make ends meet, pay your bills, or buy groceries. This money is intended to help with all of that and more. But who is eligible to get these payments? If you receive benefits from the VA, Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, you're in luck since these payments are meant to support those who are similar to you and may need a little more help. All right, let's now discuss how to ensure that you obtain that $3,000. To ensure that the money reaches you, it's critical to remain informed and take the appropriate actions. We'll walk you through all you need to know to avoid missing out. It's incredibly encouraging to see the government helping individuals who may be going through difficult times. Whether it's for rent, prescription purchases, or just having a little more cash on hand, these payments are meant to make life a little bit simpler for older citizens like you. The idea of the rebate, which would provide a one-time $33,000 direct payment to millions of elderly Americans, to help offset the effects of recent record inflation and rising consumer prices, was first put forth by progressive members of Congress in the middle of 2022. They were advocating for increased financial support, specifically for seniors, and Americans with severe impairments who encountered particular financial difficulties during the epidemic and the current economic situation. Nevertheless, the rebate payments would be dispersed independently of monthly VA pension or Social Security SSI, SSDI deposits. The proposal is especially made to help each individual who receives such major federal senior benefit programs. The low-income and disabled household supporters contend that although modest yearly cost of living adjustments, or COLAs for Social Security and related benefits in 2022 and 2023, those increases were insufficient to keep up with the sharply rising costs for food, housing, healthcare, and other necessities throughout the previous few years. For instance, the Social Security rate for 2023 was 88.7%, the highest in over 40 years. But even that record adjustment fell short of the 9.1% annual inflation rate observed in June 2022 with trust. Since fund reserves have already been exhausted and automatic future COLA increases are capped at inflation rates, many seniors have essentially seen their monthly Social Security or disability checks decrease in value. This $3,000 rebate payment is intended to make up for this. It's intended to serve as emergency relief and a financial bridge until Social Security's yearly cost of living adjustments can catch up to today's levels. It's intended to make up for that lost purchasing power, as well as the unnecessary financial strain and economic anxiety caused by inflation's brutal impact on seniors' modest fixed incomes in recent years. Elevated inflationary environment, so if approved, the senior citizens rebate would give elderly Americans a much-needed temporary $3,000 boost, one of the largest lump sum payments or stimulus checks they've ever received from the federal government, while not permanently increasing seniors' monthly benefit amounts based on the $3,000 senior citizens refund payments under the present Senate proposal would go to each of the following individual recipients: federal assistance initiatives, retirement benefits from Social Security disability insurance through Social Security, SSDI, supplemental security income, in addition to the major benefits, SSI veterans, disability compensation, and veterans pension benefits collectives. The rebate payments can be extended to seniors with low incomes who are participating in other programs such as Section 8 vouchers for housing help, Medicaid's Supplemental Nutrition Help Program, and SNAP temporary assistance for needy families. The most important need is that you have to be getting your health insurance and income from one of those significant federal programs for low-income seniors, disabled people, or children from low-income families. As of December 31, 2022, is also proposed to include seniors and disabled people who received or were approved for VA or Social Security benefits at any point in 2022, even if they weren't previously eligible. Recipients as of the year's end cut off, so a broad net would be cast to award these $3,000 rebates to any seniors who were approved or enrolled in these federal programs as beneficiaries previous year. Another topic of debate is whether the funds should go to specific receivers or, in the event that most proposals currently favor treating these rebates similar to stimulus checks and other tax credits by issuing $3,000 per individual senior recipient regardless of Social Security and disability benefits. Senior married couples on Social Security and disability benefits together could receive $3,000 each, potentially getting $6,000 combined for the household. Household circumstances, but the final eligibility requirements may vary as the legislation is further negotiated and improved over the next few months. Since this emergency stimulus program is intended to assist elderly households with fixed incomes and lower incomes, it is expected that there will be income caps or thresholds to restrict who is eligible to receive the complete refund payments of $3,000. Although the details are still being worked out, preliminary plans suggest that the phase-outs would operate as follows. Single taxpayers who rely only on Social Security payments or other government assistance would receive the entire $3,000 if their income is less than $75,000. The annual income cap for married couples filing jointly could double to $150,000 in order to receive $3,000 payments per individual. The $3,000 payments would then begin to phase out through a specific range above those respective income thresholds until an upper limit is reached and high-income seniors become eligible. One suggestion put forth is to completely stop providing rebates to seniors who are single and make over $125,000 annually, as well as couples whose combined income exceeds $250,000. The income caps and phase-out ranges may vary significantly, but the overall framework suggests that the goal of this inflationary relief is to concentrate. The main exception that's still up for debate is how to treat seniors who have large assets and non-wage sources of income. The proposal would provide a refund on seniors with low and moderate incomes, while allowing middle-class retirees receiving Social Security to potentially get some degree of partial payment. Not just Social Security, early proposals suggest setting an asset limit of about $750,000 in retirement savings that could disqualify wealthier seniors from rebates regardless of income level. Potential exemptions may also be carved out for seniors with higher incomes, or disability checks, things like 401k distributions, dividends, interest income, and money from investments. Incomes that, like the majority of the information surrounding the $3,000 Senior Citizens Rebate Plan, still qualify for needs-based federal benefits because of high and reimbursed medical expenses related to care facilities, long-term care insurance, or home health aides. However, these income limits, phase-out ranges, and asset thresholds are still very nebulous and might alter as the plan is worked out and refined over the next few months. If the Senior Citizens Rebate Program is eventually signed into law, which is still a major if, federal agencies will then need to work out the specifics of how to. These are some of the top suggestions being made for how the money would be distributed, which are similar to how Social Security and other federal benefits are already paid out each month. The simplest method to effectively process and distribute hundreds of billions of dollars worth of these $3,000 payments deliver these one-time rebates by direct deposit into recipients' pre-existing bank accounts or federal payment debit cards. Those who have retirement accounts set up to receive monthly benefit payments may find this additional $33,000 payment appear in their account. If the seniors and disabled benefit recipients don't have direct deposit set up, millions of the $3,000 rebate checks would probably be mailed out the traditional way to home addresses as physical paper checks they would then need. Automatic deposit from the IRS or another federal agency managing the program to deposit or cash the drawbacks include the possibility of slower mail delivery, a higher risk of checks being misplaced or stolen in transit, and more processing expenses associated with printing and sending physical checks as opposed to merely using electronic transfers or a mix of direct deposits. Therefore, the most likely way to distribute hundreds of billions of dollars in $3,000 payments to tens of millions of elderly beneficiaries appears to be through paper checks.